Am I live yet? Okay. So today is Tasty Tuesday. Wait, I'm gonna pull all that stuff out. Alright, so today is full order day. And so we already did the inventory. I did not share Amazon links today, just fair warning. I do need to look up some food coupons here in a little bit. And eBay, I'll be doing today if it doesn't rain. Etsy, still working on that. Haven't started that, actually. I really want to start that. And I have this image in my mind of what I want to paint, and I can't not do it now. So house chores today is bathroom and washroom. Or like the washing machine, dryer, or whatever. I did go ahead and add more things to the needs list, which are non-food items. And I'll have to like make a needs list for myself that I can actually just print out and have like a master copy book. And that way, if I need it every week when I go to do it, I can just print off a copy and be done with it. Instead of having to rewrite everything. When you're building from scratch, because you're trying to make it specific to what your needs are, when you're trying to Frankenstein your life, you have a lot of trial and error. Meal plan in order. Like I said, as part of the needs list today, we're going to be doing the full order. Numbers. The main question that I had for numbers today was, what is the algebraic expression for life? We always feel like we're missing something somewhere. And so in algebra, you always have this like missing piece that you have to try to figure out. And that's how life is, it's just a numbers game, right? And then we'll also work into actual budget for May. And then we'll do a total average of the past 3 months. Like I said, I've been doing the eBay thing now since I've been here. And so I'll be able to get that average out and see how things have kind of like fluctuated for the first quarter of me doing this. Now, it's not to say that like the first quarter of like the year, I guess. So business-wise. No gym today. We did go to Goodwill. I was able to... Oh, it's not in here. It's in the trunk. I was able to find a dress for an event that Jeff got tickets to. It's a comedy show. And I came across this dress, and at first I thought it was a kid's dress. Oh, I'm just gonna get it. It was like super sparkly. You gonna come in or what? No? Okay. Alright. So, got the mail. Alright. So I saw this, and at first I thought it was a kid's dress, like I said. So it's super sparkly. But I thought it was so cool. I probably look like a sugared grape or something, but you know, those are good too. So it's got like a fringe on it, which is popular this year. And it's a 3X from Double Crazy. I don't know, but I'm going to wear it to the comedy show. And I figured since it was so sparkly, maybe I'll get called out. You know, get heckled a little bit. You know, that's the whole point and reason why you're there, right? Is to have a good time. I'm all for giving somebody some inspiration, right? So call me the frosted grape. Sugared grape or sugared plum. Yeah, there you go, sugar plum. That's funny. All right. Well, I was actually getting ready to make some food for Jeff and I. So y'all will be joining me on that venture. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if she don't cook the bacon first, don't marry her. Oh Lord. So there it is. So yeah, we're gonna do the full order. And for bathroom today, one of like the main things that I notice is an issue every single time I take a shower is my hair. I shed like fucking crazy. I don't know why, but I do. And so you're about to laugh at me. Took after my dad. I have a funny story to tell you about my dad, actually. And the reason why I just said that. One time, I forget what we were doing, how it ended up coming about. I have no idea. It was some kind of event, possibly a birthday. And my dad got an ice cream container. You know, one of them cartons of ice cream that are not plastic, that they're like cardboard or something. So my mom tells him to distribute the ice cream evenly amongst all three of us. You know, big ass container of ice cream, split it in three. Each one of us will have a ton of ice cream, right? So the genius of my dad is, he cut the cardboard and everything with it. Just like that. And for the longest time, we gave him hell every fucking time there was ice cream. Like, every time there was a container of ice cream, we would just, like, make a little comment of, like, oh, well, don't cut it in half. Don't cut the cardboard. Like, I don't know what it was. Like the one story in the family that kind of just stuck, right? So, years goes by, and I start cutting the bacon in half in the container. So, there's kudos to my dad for that one. How about that? Some good vibes today, instead of me always talking about bad shit. So. But anyway, tell me a good story that you remember. Tell me a story. And possibly took too much bacon and put it in here. But then again, is there ever too much bacon? Apart. For those of you who are not bacon eaters, I apologize. For someone else. I'm sorry that you're here. There. Probably entirely too much bacon, but either way. Hello, Velitision. How are you? We're making bacon. Cooking bacon. There's that'd be cool. Not really, because I like to think about my food as not being alive at one point. So. Oh, Jeff got me this too. It says, "Not today, heifer," and it's a cow. He says it reminds him of me. And it says, "Not my pasture, not my bullshit." That's funny. It doesn't have a lid though. I'm trying to find a lid that goes with it. Maybe. Out of all my 60 million cups that I have. I told you this year is the year of the cup. Isn't it cute? I like it. That's cute. He also got me this thing today when we were at I'm making it, baby. We got that. I had seen one in a Jeep recently, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute. It's a koala. It's a koala duck." I didn't know it was from Outback. But anyway, so we're at Goodwill, and I was like, "Oh, there's the koala duck." And he got it, and I told him because he didn't understand, like, the Duck Duck Jeep thing. And I told him, I was like, it's a thing that Jeep owners do. They give each other ducks. I don't know. Y'all can tell me the story. So, I just know that the lady passed away who started it, I think. And it was like a big event or something. Anyways, and also another thing is, I think it's Chicago's River. They do a duck race. A rubber duck race every year, I think. I can't remember which. Anyway, I think it's Chicago. Anyhow. So, he got it, and so I told him, I was like, the next time you see a Jeep, I want you to put this duck on that Jeep. So I'm kind of wondering, maybe I should sign it, and then be like one of those, like, duck tracker things, see how far the duck goes, or see where the duck goes. Maybe y'all could start that for your Jeep thing. Maybe that could be a Jeep thing. I don't know. It used to be a dollar thing. Maybe you could follow the dollar around. So maybe you could do like a barcode scanner thing on it somewhere. I don't know. And then maybe you could make it to where it's like scan my duck or something. No, that sounds silly. So it's Duck Duck Jeep, right? I don't know. Y'all make up some shit. I'm just coming up with ideas that y'all can run with. So, but yeah, so I told him, maybe you should do that. Another thing is that I started doing, and this is something that maybe y'all could do, is I started for my eBay. I started putting my eBay, like, writing it on the packages. See what I'm saying? Like, when I send out a package, I have it on the package of where it's coming from, like advertising. I'll have to show y'all next time I do it. But I know Amazon always has, like, Amazon all over everything, right? So I was like, well, why can't I put my name all over everything? It's my business. It's my whatever, right? No. Not where it's made. Like my hashtag, right? So for, like, my social media and stuff, I put it on my packages. Because it's going to go through the post office all over the world. Gotta get it in somewhere, right? And all my stuff is thrifted. So who best to advertise to than people who are used to having thrifted stuff? So, I don't know. I was just thinking. Probably stupid. Get the word of mouth out, right? That's the only thing we can do. If you don't do what it is, if you don't start doing the steps towards what it is that you want your life to be like, you're never going to have the life of your dreams. You're just going to live life, and that's it. You know? Like, we get so sucked into the mundane every day that we forget to romanticize life a little bit. I was just talking with Jeff earlier about how I really hated watching my parents, like, struggle all the time and have to work all the time, and, like, they fought credit card bills, and, like, they were miserable all the time. And I never really understood why they wanted to live their life like that. And a lot of people do. And so, don't get me wrong, I understand. They were building a foundation for themselves. At 43 now, I have no retirement. I have nothing built for myself. I have no assets other than my mind. I don't own anything. So, I was telling Jeff, like, if it wasn't for the people that were around me, I wouldn't even be alive. So, people like myself or yourselves who are going to be coming into a time of, struggle or a time of enhancement, just understand that you're not alone. But at the same time, this is only your life to live. So, I always go on these tangents, and I never know where I'm going with it, and it's always trying to give good advice. Usually after that, I never listen to it. So that's how we are, right? But it is what it is. All we can do is hope and pray and dream, right? It doesn't even have a day at a time. You just keep dreaming. I wanted to build my life. After my wreck, I had it was a very eye-opening experience, but more so the experience that I had since then has been very mind-changing. I see the world differently now than I did then. And it's taking me a little bit of time to adjust. But there's almost like this disconnection and absolute connection. Like almost like polar opposite effects that end up happening. It's like you're in the world, but you're not of it. Or you're of the world, but you're not in it. It's wrong. It's like a different, people say like, oh, you're in a different timeline now. You ascended. You've changed. You act different now. And everybody goes through this portal at some point in time in their life. But they don't really understand. They just kind of float through it. Because, A, we're always looking at what society sees us as. But also, because of the misunderstanding in your own mind, because now you're conflicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. You're not acting the same way you used to. You're not thinking the same way you used to. Your priorities have changed. Your wants for life have changed. And it will happen several times over your life. All of a sudden you'll shift gears, as they say. And instead of this perspective, you pivot. And now you're looking at this perspective. Still looking at that one, but from a different point of view. So, with the knowledge behind it, the wisdom behind it, and knowledge and wisdom are different. All of a sudden, one day you wake up and you realize, holy shit, I fucking hate my life. I hate my life. Everything about it is wrong. And it needs to change. Like yesterday. But yesterday already happened. And it's still with you because it's still today, but you're looking at tomorrow now. See what I'm saying? And it sneaks up on you like that. It's almost like, and I've said this to Jeff, and I've said it on here several times now, that I wonder if when people die, they realize they're dead. Maybe it's a slow transition into a secondary, another world. They always say we're in multi-dimensions, right? Well, maybe they're not wrong. Maybe everything that we knew is not what we know. Maybe everything we know is not going to be known. Like I was saying yesterday about conversations, a lot of times when we talk or we teach, we miss a lot of that information because of the consciousness and not being able to, communicate effectively in a sense of comprehension. So, lots missing. A lot is lacking. And that is where the missing knowledge comes in. And you get that wisdom, that bit of information from life experiences that end up happening with or without your prior knowledge. This shit happens, right? That was a double yolk. Are we supposed to eat those still? Okay. I guess we're getting a new kind of disease today. Awesome. It actually came out looking like a butterfly. So change is on the way. Evolution. See, I told you the universe speaks to you all the time. One thing inevitable in life is change anyway, so. Your sound died? I'm sorry to hear that. These shells are something else. I've never seen eggshells that were like so hard to break. Like, they're so thick. It's weird. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be. I don't know. I will eat the butterfly egg because I don't know if it's got some kind of I don't want to give it to them. So. And plus, I don't think he wants the butterfly egg anyways. Oh, yeah. I'll check that in a second. After I made that marmalade with the snakeberry in it, it was totally fine while it was still in the pan, right? Soon as I blended that bitch, it became like this bitter, weird flavor. I don't know how to describe it. But if you put it on peanut butter, it goes back to being sweet again. My magic is all messed up, guys. I'm going back to making freaking brownies out of cake mix. Cornbread mix, actually. And the story for that one is, I was making, I think it was brownie mix. Yeah, it was brownie mix. And I ended up making sweet cornbread. How the fuck I did that, I have no idea to this day. I couldn't possibly tell you. And it was weird because it was a brown mix and it came out of the oven white. So I don't fucking know. I thought my kids messed with me and like changed out something, or you know, because they used to play pranks on me all the time. So I thought maybe that was the deal, but it was not. I forgot what I was talking about. I went on that tangent. Now I'm just like, my brain's like 500,000 miles away. On another planet somewhere. I'm rolling some yolk on there too. Y'all like your eggs runny? Not the like white weird part. Like the yellow part. That's the driest sandwich I think I've ever made in my life. Come on. Not my preferred. But something. Oh. It'd be good if I turned it off. I had to thinking about like all the different things that we eat on a daily basis that either has some kind of chemical or some kind of bioengineered nanobot cancer laden some kind of bullshit, right? And all I keep thinking of, but it tastes good. That scene in like The Matrix when the guy's eating the steak. That's all I keep thinking about. It's like, but. He's getting home. You know what you wanted on it. There's no hot sauce or anything. Well, no shit. Uh, what am I looking for? Bread. Anybody else put the bread in the fridge? For myself. For the longest time, I always lived in houses that had a lot of bugs in them. And so, like, everything went in the refrigerator. The thing is, though, is with bugs like that, they're attracted to food, first of all. And second of all, they're attracted to electronics. So, they're already in the fridge. It's just subconsciously it makes you feel somewhat like this false sense of security, thinking that your shit's safe, and it's not. So most people who have lived in like non-privileged areas won't eat like brown food, like crunchy brown stuff, because you don't know what's in it. Don't judge me. Yes, I'm spreading the mayonnaise with a spatula because if food trucks can do it, so can I. Okay. There's my lid in my food, thank you. Okay. Weird mustard juice? No, thank you. Goodbye. Actual mustard? Yes. Gilded mustard. What's your favorite mustard? Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Get it. What has that song go? I told Jeff that the official rule of the kitchen is that if there is a utensil sitting right here, it's not to wash. It's to stay there because I'm not done with it yet. It is dirty, so I can't put it away, but I'm not ready to wash it yet because I'm probably going to use it again. Bacon? Can I look at the arteries? Yes. I know that there are countries where they do not eat this type of meat anywhere. Again, my apologies, but you can go elsewhere. Anybody else have on average like 2 to 3 drinks somewhere always around? I'm going to save this for later. I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to drink it. There we go. Alright. So, on to the next. The order. So, okay. So, food needs for the order. Let's see. All right. So the second one right here. Okay. So here I already started the meal planner and started the grocery shopping list on that new printout that I did last week. I can get it out of here. Be great. Okay. Because I already have the pantry inventory from last time. Also. Yeah, can't see that. I don't know when I did that. And then I have the meal planner, and then there's the listing for the whole thing. Okay. Today. Whatever that is, that's two. So, alright, so far I've got vegetables, meat, fish, chicken, turkey, carbs, potatoes, rice, grains, and bread. Vegetables, mixed salad, broccoli, fruits, berries, and random. Now remember, I do have a $200 limit that I have to work for 2 people for the whole month. So if any of y'all have any advice on that, maybe you can help me, with a little bit better working that. Hey, how are you? We're doing some randomness today, as always. If you're looking for excitement, it's probably not here. I'm like the opposite of Twitch's normal viewer streaming thing. I don't know what you would call it. Person. Good. Oh. Alright, I'm taking you with me. Jumble, jumble, jumble. Run away. Oh my gosh, there goes my coffee. Ooh, that was a good save. Oh my god. Okay. That was really, 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 really good save. Wow. Baby. I almost just poured my coffee like everywhere. Just trying to come around the corner there. I need to see something real quick. Okay, I'm at 17%, so I won't be on long today. Alright, so we're going... Oh, fuck. No, I don't need to restart my computer. God. If I could just obliterate ads, unless I get... I mean, if I'm watching all these ads, I should be getting paid for watching these ads. You know what I mean? Alright, so we're going into... Tasty Tuesdays order planning for... I order online for pickup. Sounds stupid, but remember, I only have $200 to work with, and I'm buying in bulk for the whole month. So, when I go to order, I personally like to have a full listing in front of me of exactly how much everything is going to cost, how many items am I getting? Um, and is it to the plan for the things that I already had, mind you, in the inventory, to the meal plan that I'm already making? Because you make the meal after you do the inventory, you make the meal plan, and then you make the grocery list based off of what you don't have. Okay, so that way you're not buying items that you already have. You're not buying in bulk in one specific type of item and not allowing yourself the funds to be able to explore new items. And you're going to end up having the same exact meals all the time, and everybody's going to be pissed off at you. So, because repetition is the spice of life until it's the same fucking food every day. Like, unless you're into that. To each their own. So, and another thing is that Jeff and I were talking about changing up our diet. So another thing that I was going to look at was what kind of diet are we talking? And I don't even really want to say diet. I just want to eat more healthier foods. Put that in the mindset of I'm not going on a diet. I'm just changing what I'm eating. So this way I'm not eating the bad foods, that I'm eating foods that are better for me, supposedly. And working towards a goal. So as I eat this fat ass fucking sandwich, right? I'm a big fat girl. You know what I mean? I like food too much. Alright, so let me pull up Walmart's website. And again, if you guys have a better option for this, please let me know, because I'm struggling. One thing that we did get that was new was a new kind of oatmeal. Shit looks good. I have to show you guys here in a little bit. But, where am I at? Please don't make me do this 2F shit. Just sign in. Email me. I hate that 2F stuff where it makes you sign in like 2 to 3 fucking times and you don't even need to do it that many times because it's really not that important. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. I just seen Bellatition, followed me on Twitch. I was 2 o'clock. So, thank you. I think that was it. Fuck. Oh, oops. That was backwards. Remember. You gotta do 2F freaking verification just to sign in a Walmart. Anyway. Alright, so on the website, what I do is, and I guess I could share this screen with y'all. No, I can't because I'm on my phone. Anyway, I just go through my reorder list. And I pick and choose the main staple items that I have for, like, pretty much everything that I have. It keeps your listings of everything that you've ordered for a while. So you can go back and double check your last order, or possibly just reorder the same things. Or what I do, like I said, I leave that opportunity for me to have storage items as well as current items. So that way I keep it going. I mean, how much money do you guys spend on groceries every month? Even if you're like single and alone, do you make your own food or you just go out to eat every day? One thing that I did for a little while with my kids was I would put money on a Walmart gift card and give it to them. And they would get allotted a certain amount of money, like every month or whatever. And they can go to Walmart and they can buy whatever it was that they needed. Then I changed over to using a vanilla card. And the vanilla card took all of their money. Like they got hacked or whatever you want to call it. And so I don't really use gift cards that much anymore. Unless I'm loading at like, say for example, if it's like a Starbucks gift card or like something like that, but it's online. I don't use the gift cards that they sell in the stores anymore because the way that my kids, excuse me, the way that my kids got hacked is people will go in and they'll scan the gift card with their phone or something. They'll get the number, right? So that way when it's activated, that person gets notified of exactly how much money you're putting on that card and when it's done, right? They get notified right then. What they do is, as soon as they get notified, they go ahead and take the money off the card. It's like you don't even leave the store yet, and they've already got the money off the card already. So, I mean, literally, from the time that I got from Walmart to the house, gave the kids the cards, and they went to go shopping. They went online, went to go shopping online. They got to the cart, right? And it wouldn't work. That's how fast that happened. Like within an hour, let's say. From the time of me buying the gift card to the time that they got hit was within an hour. So just be aware of that when you're out. You know, say for Mother's Day, if you're going to go buy your mother a gift card, I would be lean more towards either taking them out to eat or taking them to whatever store that it is and paying for it that way, or like giving them cash. I mean, it's really like that. Okay. Now, mind you, my situation may have been like, you know, the lucky one, but just fair warning to those of you who are out there and seeking stuff for the holidays or for family members or for people or yourself. So another thing is with the skimmers and stuff, you gotta be careful with that as well. I hate that my good pen, you know, when you have like that one pen that writes like so amazingly and then you have no idea like where you got it from. Google Images is my best friend. All right. Okay. So I've got the reorder list already pulled up. I'm going to look through. I'm personally going to start with vegetables and a little bit of fruits. Pasta, luckily, so far has been fairly cheap, so that's been like a thing. But if we're trying to think healthier, I need to look at what the carb intakes, the sugars, the sodium, and but at the same time, I know how I am, and I like to eat. So I would like to eat still. But what I'm eating, because I'm only bringing in this food for the month. If we buy anything else extra, it's going to be extra. It forces you to keep it within that range And it forces you to look at, what am I purchasing and how long is this going to last? What meals can I make out of this? And what we're looking at is it fuel, really? Um, so when I'm going in to make my purchases, I have to change the way I was thinking before, the meals that I was making before, to something that is different. So I'm going to have to alter my recipes, my family, and I know for the Tasty Tuesday, we would always go in and we would do a pull of a recipe from a cookbook, right? And I do have cookbooks, but my main go-to is Google. Like, I should be a Google representative at this point. Like, um, I go to Google and I just say whatever it is that I'm looking to make. Say it's like chicken or something. And I'll just say chicken recipe, however I want to make it. Like if I want to bake it or pan fry it or however. I just say like, I don't know, pan fried chicken recipe meal or something. And it'll give me a listing and I don't even have to like go through digging through books to try to find a recipe. I don't have to take the next 5 hours trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to make for supper. So I just base it off. For us, it was always the meat. I would start with the meat, and then the vegetables and the carbs were the sides, and then whatever dessert. That's a traditional meal that I was raised with, right? Like that's what I was always told, like that's what you're supposed to have. So, but there's different types of meals now, so that I'm aware of. So, changing up not just the meal plan, but the actual meals themselves with the groceries, like it's going to feel like you're missing out on what you had before because it's what you always had before. Your body is automatically recognizing those same meals, those same nutrients, if you even want to call it nutrients, same items that you're ingesting. So it becomes like a craving. It forces itself to crave whatever it is that you are used to eating. Years and years later, even. And like I noticed myself, man, every once in a while I'll be like, I really want some fucking ramen noodles. Like, you have those specific meals that you want to go back to, or like something that like somebody made for you, or something that you ate at a restaurant, or something that you made once and you have no idea how the hell you made it. You have no idea what you put in it, but it was fucking good. That kind of thing. So, yeah. So building out that list for myself, at least. It's interesting. And like I said, I already have pretty much a good start. So I'm going to add that into here. And then what I'll do is I'll set it up for pickup. Most likely it'll probably be tomorrow. Because I still have to go through it, make the order, and then, walk through it with Jeff and stuff. And then apply it. So, mind you, this time, this order, usually I go through and it's only groceries. Maybe there's a couple like side items like toilet paper, paper towels, or something like that. This time I have a little bit more things that are replacement items, non-food items that are going to eat into that food item listing. So when you're budgeting, which we're going to do here in a minute, when you're doing your budgeting, you're going to have to allot yourself a certain amount of money towards groceries out of every bit of money that you get. So thanks for the spamming. So when you're budgeting for your groceries, I don't really have to budget that much because of the fact that I know for a fact that I'm only going to be allotted like a certain amount of money. Anything past that is you're going to have to, like I said, put it into a sinking fund for future purchases after the $200. So you may not be able to purchase anything for a minute. You may have to borrow from another envelope. Food is always a priority. I don't care what anybody says. Food is a priority over electricity at this point. So, food and water, shelter are all mandatory, right? The rest of it is questionable. But I forget where I was going with this. So some of the, like I said, some of the needs lists, I'm going to have to walk through that and see which ones are going to be a priority. Like I said yesterday, prioritizing things for me has always been an issue. I pretty much, if it's not directly in my face, it's not a priority. And I end up like missing things. Like I'll forget stuff. Like my memory is the worst ever. As you guys can see in the stream, I'll be in the middle of talking and then my brain just goes blank and I can't help it. It literally cannot think any more past that point. Like I just go blank and then I have to backtrack and then start over again somewhere else. Like it literally dead ends. And I caught myself doing that several times within the past like year or two officially. Like I knew it, but like I actually put more attention into it. And then when the kids weren't around, I realized how much I had put myself into my kids and relied on my children's responses for me to continue living my life. And it was like, oh shit, what happens when they're not there anymore? So I forced myself. Mind you, I've been living the last 20-something years just with my kids. So
yeah, the way you described it, that's how I felt whenever you partner up with somebody and they cheat and wrong you and they walk out and leave, but you're so used to trying to be close and reflect from that partner's behavior as you become one. You see what I'm saying? The way you said that you felt with your kids, that's why people are affected whenever partners break up and they go through a divorce or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a readjustment of having to try to figure out.
Because then you feel like you're dead.
Yeah, like you don't even know who you are anymore because now you've molded yourself so much with that other person or so much with those other people, that when you start to realize, okay, well, they're going to be living their own lives. They're going to be moving on from you, which is like empty nest syndrome, right? So for most of us as parents, I don't care what age they are. When they start living their own life and you're no longer top dog, like it's rough. I don't care who you are. Or certain scenarios. I understand and I'm heartfelt for those who are in certain circumstances where they don't get to be around their kids all the time. Now, unless it was your choice and it was something that you wanted to end or felt that it was, because some people do make the choice to no longer be a parent because they realize that they are not capable of giving them the life that they deserve, that they know, the parent knows that they deserve. So, which a lot of people will say, oh, you did get it. A lot of people will say like, oh, that's some bullshit. They're just not trying hard enough or whatever. But some people end up going through certain circumstances that does not allow them past a certain point to be able to provide, to be able to be there emotionally, to be there mentally, to be there physically. Like there's some point that happens where there's a blockade that comes down. Okay. Whether it's in communication. I don't know a single person that has arguments with doesn't have arguments with their teenager. And it does go back into, okay, well, I've been teaching you and telling you the way this whole time up until this point, right? And now you're deciding in your own mind, which I willfully gave you your own free will and choice. And I wanted you to be independent and I wanted you to be smart and I wanted you to make decisions for yourself. But not until after you're out of my house. Kind of thing. So we all kind of go through that. And like I said, there are certain circumstances that come up and shit happens and it hits the fan. Okay. It's hard on everybody, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, no matter what you don't have. It's hard for all of us. And just try to understand that what you know is only 1% of the knowledge of everything. So when you see other people or if you're going through an experience, just know that you are not alone, that they are not alone in that experience. It's just we're all having it at different times and at different levels. And, they always say, be kind to others because you never know what battle they're fighting. Well, every day is a battle for everyone. That's how we survive. So, and that's how you get to thrive too. And I know that a lot of people are probably just listening to this and they're like, this bitch doesn't know what fucking thing she's saying. I might not. What my napkin? Did I eat my napkin? What did I do with the damn thing? Bewilderment. My napkin disappeared. What the fuck did I just do with that? No, I did throw it. Again, kudos to my memory. Baby.
Yeah.
I liked you talking with me while I'm on stream.
I know, it's good. That's good.
Maybe we should have a talk show. There's other people who do it online all the time. Why not? Seriously. Hello. Don't run away now.
Who's running away?
You're in the spotlight. This is your chance. Baby.
What?
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
I love you. So Jeff and I do this thing. I was mouthing to him one day. It looks like it says I love you, but it's actually elephant shoe. So if you mouth the words elephant shoe, it looks like you're saying I love you. so so I told Jeff that, and ever since then we've been saying elephant shoe 2 back and forth. It's cute. Anyway, that's our thing. So scroll y'all. Y'all make up your own shit. So I keep on grabbing this mouse and thinking that it's going to this laptop, and it's not. It's going to this laptop. Another thing is not cooking for a fucking army. Although I'm pretty sure that Jeff's glad in my cooking abilities, but I literally have a hard time cooking for just 2 people. I always end up making like you've seen, I made half the package of bacon just for 2 people. I can't help it. Like, it's just like ingrained in my memory of like 6 children at one point in time when we had to cook like ridiculous amount of fucking food. And it was like that for so long that now, like, that whole chapter it feels like it's in the process of closing. And I know that there's a new chapter coming, I'm trying not to go into it with fear. I'm trying to go into it with hope and like more ideas and more deeper thought processes as far as like how more fine-tuned focus on specifics, a little bit more self-disciplined, but I feel like it's because of pressure from outside sources. So, if you feel this transition right now, again, understand that you're not alone. But I think we're kind of all experiencing similar events and scenarios. And I don't think that really ever changes. I think that since COVID, it kind of hit a reset button on the world. Because ever since COVID, everything has changed. So, now mind you, and going back into what my thought process is, for me, my rec was 2019, and I know I keep bringing it up. It was a very, very pivotal moment in my life. Um, I feel like I never actually survived the accident. I feel like I died and I came back, but when I came back, it was like everything was the same, but everything was different. I could see colors better. I could move faster. My response time for reaction stuff was faster. I could smell things differently, but then when I got COVID, I didn't smell much for a year. And yes, it is like a year and a half when it happens. Um, Tastes were different during that time too. But when I got out of the hospital, mind you, when I was in, everything tasted infected. When I got out, it still kind of was the same way. After time, I ended up getting COVID. The taste and smell was gone for like a year and a half. So here I'm pushing into 2022, 2023, right? And things are still different. I can still tell that there is a difference in like my surroundings and stuff. Um, Everything that I used to do didn't really work anymore, and it actually went against me. And the harder I tried to make it work, the less it did. So it was like, oh shit, now what do I do? Because everything that I was before is not who I am now. And that transition has taken like the past 5 years of my life. And it was almost like, I want to say, like a spiritual awakening type scenario, but it was like an internal, and has been and still is to this day, almost like a fog, where I couldn't think past a certain point that I used to be able to. Like, I used to be able to pick out algorithms and like pinpoint certain things and be able to identify ways to make things move around in a way that was beneficial for not just me, but for everybody around me. But since the wreck, mind you, all that shit that I used to do probably wasn't legal. Um, Fair warning. So if I end up missing her in jail, you know why. But my intention was always good. It was always towards someone benefiting somewhere beyond myself. And that's how I still feel to this day. I still feel like if I get blessed and everybody else around me gets blessed, I probably will always feel like that. But at the same time, it's like there comes a point where like my brain will not think clearly like it used to anymore. And no matter how hard I try to move forward or to find that opportunity or get that job, or, you know,
That's a good question.
huh?
Yeah, really. Uh,
What?
Hold on a second. Hey, I'm talking to my mom on the phone.
Oh.
I just got in touch with her just now.
Oh, okay. What's a good question?
Huh? About meeting up with her before Mother's Day.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Are
I thought you were talking to me.
coming up this way before
Sorry.
Mother's Day?
Um,
Are you coming up this way before
so
Sunday?
anyway, I gotta check to see how much more time is left on that
Okay.
thing. 7%. Okay. So I've been live for an hour. Anyway, going into numbers.
Mother's Day is coming up,
Like I said, my brain will not get past a certain point, and I'm having such a hard time trying to think clearly, so this way I can get to the next step. Like I said, you always got to find these little invisible steps along the way. There are some steps that are fully visible, but there's other steps that are involved in it to make yourself move forward, so this way you can be successful in whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Success is not final. There is no finality in success. Once you're successful, it doesn't stay that way. You have to keep working at it. Success is momentary. Enjoy it in the moment, because it's how long it's going to last. And then you're right back to working on the next thing. Mind you, when you release and start to heal from your past, okay, when you start speaking your truth and you start healing from the past, the same exact scenario will happen, because you have repressed memories that you do not realize that you have until you start releasing your truth. Okay. Once you release your truth and you start to heal, you'll realize that there is another aspect of your life that needs healing. And it's a never-ending cycle. Okay? This happens for the entirety of your life. It's okay, because it's going to help you evolve. It's going to help you grow. And it's going to be able to help you get rid of that weight of the past and all of those thoughts that you try so hard to push to the back of your mind. Those suppressed thoughts are going to come out in action. So I suggest that, you speak your truth and you stand in your power, and you're able to say, hey, yes, the past is the past, but the future is still ahead of us. The future is now. The past is now, but the future is now. That's why it's a present. It's a gift. Every moment, every single day, when you're listening to me, I hope that you hear the message that I'm telling you beyond the words that I'm saying. So when you go through these situation scenarios, emotional overload, blah, 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 it is very difficult to think clearly, because logic and emotion are two completely separate parts of the brain that do not communicate with each other. So trying to express yourself or communicate properly, even in finances, is going to be crucial for your success. So understanding yourself first you will be able to understand the world around you a whole lot better. And it's going to take time. You're going to have to keep working at it. You're going to have to keep circling back to it, or whatever you want to call it. Touching base with it, making a review, doing all these things that I'm talking about in the stream. It's not just I do this for myself, but I do it for y'all. So that way, maybe, if I have something that maybe you guys catch that's maybe not right, maybe I could do it a better way, let me know. If I'm doing something that maybe could be beneficial for you, utilize it. So, like I said about the past and the future, knowing your past, like I said earlier with like the actual budget and stuff, looking at the last 3 months, you could look at the last 3 months of your life. How was the last 3 months of your life? This is 2025. We're in May. So we've already gotten past the first quarter of the year. We're almost to the middle of the year. So, and it was that fast. I mean, how fast has it been in a blink of an eye since 2020? Right? I graduated in 2000. That was 25 years ago. And for me, that 25 years, even though in the moment I felt the pain, I felt the happiness, I felt all those experiences, but the last 25 years in this moment was a blink of an eye. And that's how fast it's going to be for you. When they tell you to think about your 5-year plan when you're thinking about the world around you, I really want you to start focusing on that. I know it's hard going forward, but put something down. Get a piece of paper and draw a line across it. At some point, doesn't matter, it could be messy, it doesn't matter, right? Write the next 5 years. What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? Put it on paper. Okay? Only look at this year, but focus on this year, but also keep in mind the others, because you have steps that you have to take. Now, if, for example, say I wanted to, I don't know, miraculously purchase a house or land, right? Which I have been looking online. For those of you who do know anything about the USDA loan or purchasing land for, like, homesteading type scenario. Anyway, please let me know. So if I was to go to the bank right now and say, hey, I need a loan, first of all, they're going to fucking laugh me out of there. Second of all, I have to get a bank account. Because I don't even have a fucking bank account. So I would have to get a bank account, right? I would have to show income for the past 2 years at a minimum. Taxes, which I haven't done. Then I also have to show work history, which I haven't had for the past 5 years. And then on top of that, you have to have I think it's like 650 or above credit score. All of that, and then they look at the land in the house. Now, mind you, if you're just getting land, you might get lucky. But you're still going to have it surveyed. So there's so much money involved with that, right? But yet other countries are coming in and buying all of America anyway. So why can't I, as an American, buy American soil? Why is there so many requirements when other countries can come in and just buy it? I mean, if I had billions of dollars, yeah, I'd probably buy land in other countries too. So, but anyway, getting back to the first point, I'm going to have to take certain steps to get my life back in order so this way I can provide for others, right? Because I can't do for others if I can't do for myself. So, like I guess Trump's trying to do is focus at home. Don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me. So, still holding that. Where is the dollar? I was going to hold the dollar up for y'all. Because that's my dollar bet that Trump's face will be in the sky. Just heard something. You okay?
Yeah, I got you talking to her. She had to go.
Okay.
I just was sending her a message behind that.
Are you going to see her?
She said she'd let me know.
Okay.
It's like a talk on her. I said I'll meet her, have questions. No, you don't have to. She'll want me to come out there.
Okay. Okay, so I forgot what I was talking about. No, whoever needed to hear that heard it. Okay, going into budget. for May, everydollar.com. No, I am not sponsored. I got to run through this real quick because I'm about to lose my battery. And then here comes the fucking ads again. Jesus. All right. Where's my thing? Manage Ramsey account? Oh. Okay. Why is it not? That was weird. It brought me to a completely different website. Okay. So. All right. So, review of the last 3 months of eBay. I'm clicking on my seller site. It does offer a seller hub now. I don't know if that was always there, but it is for me. How do I do this? Okay, overview. How do I make a listing? So I'm trying to get the last 3 months performance. Okay, performance, sales. Oh, wait, I probably should have done service metrics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last 31 days. That's not what I want. This quarter, yeah.
After the accident, I don't know why I'm even here.
I really don't.
I don't even know why I'm here.
I don't know why I'm here.
You're having a bad dream.
I am. It's a fucking nightmare ever since 2019, I will tell you that. If you go back into my history, or if you have been following me since 2019, or, I'm sorry, I've only been streaming since like 2021. 2020, 2021. So, if you guys have been following me since then, you know, especially if you've been following my social media, you've seen everything. So, okay. So since January, past 36 days, total sales is $103. Damn.
You didn't even see none of it.
Selling costs $92.41. Net sales $7.79. That's crazy. I hate the numbers that they have on here because it's so bullshit. Sales via fixed price is $103.93. Average sales price per item was $11. 9 items were sold since January. Why does it feel like it's so booming then? Was there like a spike? I feel like there was like a little mini spike that felt like I was so busy for a hot minute. Like I just, all of a sudden, and now I don't have any sales. Like everybody came in and bought everything and then they left. Yeah, there was like a mini spike of $100 for the past 6 months. Now, mind you, okay, let me look at all time. Since, let's say, October. I don't even know when I started doing this. I'm just going to say October 1st, 2024 to today. So today is May 6th. Revenge of the 6th. Yeah. So generate report for the all time. $509 in sales. Selling costs was $361.62. And $126.78 was how much the net was since October. For 200 days, I made just over $100. How much is that a day? Like how much? I'm third world country at this point. Okay.
You hit a spike.
I hit a spike. I need to go grab a spike and start digging. Fucking Minecraft this shit. I don't know. Yeah. Total sales all time $500.
You only saw 100 of it.
And I only saw $126.78 since October. This is what I'm talking about. I put so much energy and effort into doing things, and I never see a fucking return from it. Like, never. And I think I'm on to, like, the greatest thing ever, too, right? But I'm trying. I'm trying every avenue at this point, and I'm trying to stick to it as much as I can and be consistent, at least since October. Okay? I'm trying here. Is May. What is that? Like, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So yeah, 7 months. Made $126. I can make more than that working at fucking McDonald's for a day. A day. But McDonald's won't even fucking hire me. What the hell? Unreal. Unreal. 50C. How's the eBay sales going, Desnick? Interestingly. That's what I get for selling thrift items, right? But I was told 7 months ago that it was going to come in baby steps. So I hit a spike. It was like 20 bucks. I've paid eBay more than I made. Like, here, let me pay you to fucking work here. Yeah, I used to tell it to my mom all the time because she works at Walgreens, and she keeps buying Walgreens products. Like, most of her paycheck goes to fucking Walgreens products. So I always tell her, I was like, why do you continue to pay Walgreens for you to work there? Like, I don't get it. For soap items? What? But yeah. No, she's really good at, like, coupons and stuff like that, and I've never been good at coupons. So she does this whole coupon thing, and like she uses her employee discount and the coupon, and so she gets shit for like 15 cents. So, so she'll come home with like $50 worth of fucking bathroom products, but it's like really like $300 worth of bathroom products. You know what I mean? So, but whatever. I didn't miss out on makeup and shampoo for most of my life. So, and my mom is the type of person like she's a suggestive buyer. So if you suggest something that you like to her, within a few days, like, she buys 2 of them because now she wants one for herself, and then she's getting it for you, but she's really getting it for herself. So, but yeah, but she'll give you one or ask you if you want one, and but then if you don't want it, she just keeps it, and then it's like in stock for the next 20 years. So. Until somebody finally uses it, which was not long because of my kids. Like, holy shit. I mean, I still use her code to this day. I probably will till I die. That phone number doesn't even fucking work anymore. It hasn't been a working phone number, and I don't even know how long, but I've been using the number. It works. So, let's see. All right, so for eBay income, I'm not even going to add it. I'm just going to delete that whole section. That's why I actually make some fucking money from this shit. So, so yeah. But I did start something that I never thought I would do. Okay, so let's backtrack for a second. I started something that I never imagined that I was ever going to do. I did it. I ate the first 6 months. Okay. So this is telling me that kudos for making $500 in sales for the past 7 months, 218 days, for your first ever time selling anything online like this ever in your existence. So kudos to you for trying and succeeding to a point. Maybe it wasn't exactly to the point you thought, but it's getting there. And that's what we needed. We needed to be glad in the moment of our successes, even if they are shit. But anyway, so but yeah, so I can say that I have a legitimate income. Technically, I do have a job. I just don't make any money. um, and plus, I stream. So, you know, there's that. I haven't had a check from streaming in, I don't know, 3 years. So, 2 years. Um, so there's that too. And then, you know, other stuff. So, yeah, I'm just going to. Income planned for May for the eBay site. How do I do performance month over month? Can't do the same as last year. I haven't been open for a year. And I don't have anything to compare it to either. So I have no idea what other people make on here doing what I'm doing for the first time ever. Like, I want to kind of go out there and ask people, like, when you first started reselling items, how much money did you make in the first 6 months? And actually, I kind of don't want to know that because now I'll just probably be beaten into the dirt some more. But either way, it's all learning. And you take that L, it's in the mind, right? So this is progress, albeit minute in comparison to my personal preferences, but it's something. So average price per item is $10, which I did say that I was going to keep my prices low. I sold 47 items. So my mind is pricing wise for pre-COVID. I wanted to keep my prices low so this way the items would sell quickly, and I only expected 1 to 10% in return on the items that I purchased because I had the cost of the item itself, the selling costs, seller costs collected, taxes and fees collected by eBay, and then shipping, which automatically zeroes out anyways. That number shouldn't even be added in here. So, because the buyer automatically purchases the shipping and it zeroes out. So they don't even need to add that in there. They just put the fucking number in there to make it look good. So, anyhow, then these numbers are more for eBay than us. So, but anyhow, now I get to see, okay, maybe I can't do the past 3 months. I have to do the past 6 months. So the next review that I'll do is towards the end of the year in comparison to what I did in the first section of the year. Usually businesses will go quarterly, which I do want to try to do, but I didn't even think about it until recently. So maybe we'll push into the second quarter. So, or third quarter at that point, I think. Yeah, because then it'll be June, August. No. April, May. We're in the second quarter, so yeah. So July, August, September is the third quarter. October, November, December is the fourth. Okay. So going into July. Yeah, I'll re-review this in July. Not even fighting with it anymore. July, was that third quarter review for budget. So for the sales part of it, when you're doing your own personal budgeting, mind you, I have to put in a certain amount of money into the items. I go bin chopping. It's like $5. So, like today, that dress was $2. So if I get an item marked down, I try to triple that and use that as my baseline for what I was starting the business with, right? Mind you, I'm not a numbers person. So now that I have this information for the past 6 months, I always said the first year of you having a business, you're going to eat that shit. Okay. It's going to be profit loss. You're going to have, trial and error. You're going to have fucking roadblocks from hell, fines and fees that you didn't think that you even knew existed. And then you'll have returns and customer complaints and just a bunch of shit. So when you're becoming an entrepreneur, I want you to recognize the amount of effort and energy that you're going to have to put into it to make it. Because you can't just go up to a job site and be like, oh, I need a job, and they hire you, which doesn't fucking work for me anyways, because I've tried it. And then they give you a paycheck every week. There is no guaranteed money in this. Okay. When you're an entrepreneur, you make your money. Your money comes from whatever it is that you're doing, your hustle, your whatever. So a lot of people who stream keep a regular full-time job or part-time job or whatever as a baseline, and then they stream extra hours. So when you're coming into streaming, unless you're a kid and you have all the free time in the fucking world, or if you're in my scenario where you don't have a job, so you have all time in the world, you're going to have some other kind of source of income. And I feel like, especially now with the pressures of the world around us, yes, there is going to be less jobs available. Because most businesses, after that bullshit fighting of us saying that we wanted $15 an hour, now they're leaning all towards AI and robots. So you're going to find less jobs out there. And I am talking to not only my generation, the one above me and the one below me. And the next one going on is definitely going to experience it, because our advancement is not 10 years now. It's not even 5 years. It's the year, 6 months, 3 months, the next couple of days. It's going to come down to the wire at some point. But in the meantime, there is still availability. So if you have the ability, I suggest you utilize it. So going into third quarter review, now that I have, like I said, this information here, this, as of right now, I'm looking at the past 7 months. October 1st, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So 7 months. Why does it feel like it's so much more than that? So, first half year, approximately 130. So now that I know that I was able to bypass the weight for shipping, because these are all things that I learned along the way. Shipping containers, like packaging and stuff like that, the cost of that, adding into the cost of the shipping, the which it gets zeroed out, mind you. Then but at the same time, the shipping is because of the fact of based on weight. So if you don't have your weight correct when you're shipping something out, it's going to affect your overall return. Okay, because it's going to get adjusted. eBay automatically adjusts it. If your weight is off, they're going to take it out of the money that they already have. Because remember, it's put in hold. So when you make a sale, it's not an immediate return. Okay, first of all, you're going to be waiting a while for your money. Not only did you just make the sale, right? They paid for the shipping, they did all this stuff. Now you've got to ship it out. So you have to have a container, tape, possibly paper, ink, printer, paper. And I tried to do the whole, let's go military free boxes and we'll just use those. No, they got smart to that shit and print it on the inside. So now you're going to have to completely wrap that bitch like a fucking present. So, I have like a billion boxes and bags outside that I can't fucking use. Because the priority shipping is actually more than UPS ground. So when I went to go the free route, it actually screwed me. So now I took up storage space, have all these boxes and stuff in basically overhead, and have no use for them. So if y'all need boxes, let me know. Um, uh, so I mean, I got free tape, but I can't use it on anything because it all says priority mail. And priority mail is like $15, whereas ground is like dependent on the weight and the distance. So that was my first 6 months of, well, first couple of months of trying to figure out the fucking weight difference and stuff like that till I got a scale. That helped. And then the packaging and stuff. It's $5 for like, I think it's like 20 bags or something like that. And so I try to go as cheap as fucking possible. So if you're thinking about starting up an eBay, these are all things that you're going to have to look at from a seller's point of view. Okay. Mind you, I have no business sense whatsoever other than corporate, like working in corporate. That was it. So I don't really understand all of this. But I'm trying to work with it, and thank God that they do the numbers. I do need to double back and verify those numbers and make sure that they are correct, but for the most part, it's probably using AI to do this anyways. So, I did have a spike in January. Total sales in January was $200, but why is it different? January compared to this month. Okay, so the blue is the item sales. Either way, I'm up 100% because I'm always doing better than what I was doing before. But either way, so December was $80, January was 200, February is 67, 67 again in March, 54 in April, and 49 so far in May. So on average, you figure. All right, let's see averages here. Where's my calculator? Do I even have a calculator? You're not going to have a calculator on you all the time. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So where were we at? Well, I guess I would take the overall. So it would be what, two? No. Item sales is $222. Shipping and handling is $266. And taxes and fees is $20. So doing the 7-month thing of